Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt. Welcome to the Brit workshop. I need a new tripod for my video camera, which is where you are right now. The current tripod is a very good one, but it's just a little bit too light for video work. And also I find that the legs, which are tightened by twisting them like so, is just a little bit awkward with my arthritic wrists. So I've done a lot of market research, as you would expect from me, and I've come up with what I think is an ideal product for my situation. I've gone for the Manfrotto 055X Pro B tripod, and I've bought with it the Manfrotto 804 RC2 3-axis head. Now these came together in one box as a special deal from the London Camera Exchange in Salisbury here in the United Kingdom, and I thought the price that I paid was excellent. Now in the box you get the tripod 3-axis head assembled, and you get the instructions for both those as well as a general set of instructions, and included with these is the guarantee information. Now the only bit of assembly is one of these clamping screws for the 3-axis head has to be screwed in place, and it's only been taken out to make it easier to pack everything into the box for transit. And that's a simple case of screwing that in, and that's the one that holds that head still like so. Now let's have a look at the anatomy of a tripod in general terms before we look at this one in particular. Tripod has 3 legs, of course, and the legs are adjustable, and mine have 3 sections, and there are clamps here and here on each of the legs which allow you to clamp the legs at a particular position. Now some tripods have a twisting motion between sections of the legs which forms the clamping action, like the tripod which is under the camera where you are now. The legs can also be adjusted for their angle, and you see something like this, and you could do it evenly, and so you end up with the tripod in whatever position you would like to have it. Then above the legs we have the center column. There's usually a clamp like this one here, and once you loosen it off you can then adjust the height of the center column, and this allows you to get a more accurate final adjustment of height of your camera, which would be sitting up here. And then on top of the tripod we have the head itself. Now there are so many different types of head, and you can pay an awful lot of money for them. There are some which are absolutely specific to video camera work. There are some which are really only suitable for still photography work. Mine, if the truth were known, is probably better suited for still photography work, but because my video work is done by me setting the camera up and then going standing in shot somewhere, this is absolutely perfect for me. This one has got 3 tightening screws which allow you to adjust the head in any one of the 3 planes, like so, and the camera would be sitting up here. Now it really is important to have some means of knowing when your head is level, and so a lot of tripods have a single spirit level, which you see here in this corner, which is basically, it's a bubble which you have to center up in a little window there. Other tripods might have a separate spirit level for each axis. And then we need some means of attaching the camera to the tripod, and if you're going to buy a tripod, I really recommend you buy one which has a detachable mounting plate like this. This mounting plate fits into here, and you then simply release that clip and it's then locked in place. Press that down, release, and you can take your camera away. Slip the camera in, push down, and it's locked in place. So it's very, very simple. Quick and easy to take your camera for a handheld shot and then put it back into the tripod. And this attaches to the camera very simply with a screw, which is part of the mounting plate, and when that's tight you can then mount your camera like so, and it's then held nice and firm, so you're ready to do your shooting. And when you wish to release it, press the little button, release, and away comes the camera. Now in order to set the tripod up, you first need to release a clamp to let a leg down, like so, release another clamp, like so, and then tighten it up. And you do this for all 3 legs. And you can see this is actually quite an easy process. So there we go, tripod's up, and it is really firm. And you've got even further height adjustment here, completely out of shot. So that's pretty amazing. Right, now let's look at the particular features of this tripod. You remember that we can adjust these legs out to alter the angle of the individual legs, or all three of them together if necessary. Well, with this tripod, there are 4 different positions, all the way out to virtually horizontal. If one loosens the central column locking knob there, one can raise the column. And on the column is a spring-loaded little button just here. If I raise it all the way up and press the spring-loaded button in, it then allows me to take this and deploy it like so. Now, I'll just tighten this up. And if I had my camera, my video camera on here, you can now imagine that I can now be operating with my video camera pointing downwards whilst I'm doing something underneath here with some tool or other. So that's really, really useful. If you're setting up a wildlife shot or pictures of flowers or whatever it might be, you might want to be going vertically downwards. So that's particularly useful. And of course, you can adjust it all the way out to there. And if when you're set up, the legs are still in the field of vision, well, you can always open these out to the next stage like so, and continue shooting without anything being in the way. Absolutely brilliant. And the whole thing is really seriously stable. You get this set up, and that is pretty good. Certainly okay for the sort of work I'm going to be doing. Right, so I've got my camera set up, and now I can do all sorts of bits of photography, whatever it might be. So there we go. Supposing you're set up outdoors somewhere ready to take a shot and it's a little bit windy and you're worried that perhaps the overall assembly of the camera and tripod is not quite as stable as you would like it. Well, you can make it a little bit more stable by doing something like this. There's a little attachment point here where you can put a weight, and it needn't be anything special. It could be your camera bag, a kit bag of some sort, a rucksack, anything. And you just clip it on there like so, and then that will help to stabilize the whole setup. Now let me just cover the key things which I like about this tripod. First of all, it is beautifully made. It is really, really solid, and it's made to a most lovely design. It's got all the features I could possibly want. Now I really like the ability to raise the center column and then move it so it's horizontal, which is ideal for me for doing shots from above. I also like the way that these clips are easy to adjust, getting the height of the legs just right, and they're particularly easy with me with my arthritic wrists. There's no problem if you want a better head, you can get one. You simply undo the 3 screws under here, unscrew this, and you can put any other head on this tripod. Some people doing video work would prefer a specific video head, but for me, with my static type of video work, this is perfect. And also, this head is absolutely just what a still photographer would require. You can get this whole design in carbon fiber, which will be much lighter. It's equally as solid and robust and sturdy, but it is just a little bit more expensive. I quite like the extra weight of the aluminium. Now, before I buy anything like this, I've got to go and touch it, feel it, handle it, and make sure that it's right for me. And I did that at the London Camera Exchange shop in Salisbury here in the UK. They were really kind to me. They allowed me plenty of time to look at it. They gave me plenty of advice, and I paid the same price that any other customer would pay. And I'm absolutely delighted. This tripod is the best tripod I've ever owned. Manfrotto have got a superb name when it comes to making things like this. And I'm really, really pleased. I'm glad I got it, and I have no hesitation in recommending it to you. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.